What's up, guys? Mo checking in. Sorry for the bad lighting. I'm not in my kitchen because the washer's running and it's super loud. So I'm making a video on my exact workouts. Even though I made a video yesterday explaining that I might be moving to a strength routine in the summer, regardless, I had a subscriber, thank you, by the way, ask me exactly what I do. You guys know that I do a 5-day split, legs, chest, back, arms, and then shoulders in that order, with rest days whenever you feel like your body needs it, preferably at least 1 or 2 a week. But what exact exercises do I do on those days? So I'll share that with you guys really quick, just give you kind of a quick rundown of what I do. So on a leg day, I always start with compound movements, unless I feel like I need a warm up, or if I can't get a squat rack or whatever to do my deadlifts or my squats or something. I'll usually start with the compound movements, which means the big movement that works a lot of muscles. That's the most tiring. So for leg day, I always do a warm up, always. So we have an indoor track, and I'll do, even if it's just a few laps, and I'll just do like a run walk and stretching along the way. However I feel, doing dynamic and static stretching, just doing whatever makes you feel like you've loosened up a little bit. It's really worth it, especially on leg day. So on leg day, I always do some form of squat, and I alternate either front squats or back squats, barbell. So I also do stiff leg deadlifts. Feel free to look these up as well. On bodybuilding.com, they have, just take the exercise that I mentioned, search for it in bodybuilding.com, and it always has a little clip of all of these exercises. And like I've mentioned before, I'll also have all of my workouts filmed, hopefully this summer or these next coming weeks when school ends. I always do either hack squat or leg press, sometimes both. Sometimes I do lunges, and I always do leg extensions and leg curls to finish out my workout. Now, I did mention quite a few exercises there, but feel free to kind of alternate them. I always alternate front squats and back squats. Sometimes I alternate either hack squat or leg press. I always do leg extensions and leg curls. Sometimes I'll throw in lunges with a barbell on my back, anything. I typically do 5 or 6 exercises per leg workout. All right, next day is chest. So chest, I don't like a whole lot of barbell work. I'm going to be honest. I actually really prefer incline dumbbell press. It's so great. It works all of these stabilizer muscles. I've noticed a lot of growth in my chest. I can feel the separation in my muscle on my chest. It's awesome. But lately I have been doing decline bench press from time to time. It actually feels good. It feels pretty natural. So I do that. Not so much flat bench though. So I'll start with like incline dumbbell press, maybe decline bench, incline flies, dumbbell flies. Sometimes I'll do dips, usually dips now. Pullovers, dumbbell pullovers. And sometimes cable crossovers just to really tire out the chest. Feels really good. All right, back. Always start with deadlifts. If you can't get a rack, I sometimes will start with lat pulldowns just to warm my back up, just to do something in the meantime. But deadlifts take a lot out of you. So I personally do deadlifts on back day. Although I know some people do them on leg day. Then I will do bent over barbell rows. That feels really good. T-bar rows, lat pull downs, like I mentioned before. And I usually do those with the wide bar, and I pull it just down this way. I don't usually do behind the neck, but I have before. That depends on like your shoulder health. If you have good shoulders, you can do it, but it's definitely not necessary. And usually I'll do seated cable rows as well with a narrow grip, just pulling it back, really pulling, really kind of driving your elbows back, not pulling with your biceps or putting too much arm into it. But there are also other exercises that I alternate out, like one arm dumbbell rows. There are some hammer strength machines that I use, and there's plenty of them, like isolated rows, which are great if you want to focus really on one side, so like one lat doesn't get bigger than the other. They have like an isolated lat pull down where you have to grab 2 separate handles and pull down evenly. You'll really see your weaknesses if you do something like that. So next, arm day. I give my arms an entire day of them to themselves because I felt like they were lagging. So I usually do 4 exercises per part, 4 biceps, 4 triceps exercises, sometimes 3 and 3. So for triceps, there's so many arm exercises you can do. So really just choose a few that you like, and go to town and get creative with arms. Go heavy sometimes. Don't always sacrifice form though. Do change up the rep ranges. Do high reps. Do low reps. Do supersets with arms. You can do a lot with them. For example, I'll do close grip bench press, rope or straight bar pushdowns. I'll do dumbbell kickbacks maybe, or dips for your triceps. For biceps, I might do chin ups or preacher curls, standing dumbbell curls, cable curls, anything to keep it up. 21s, all kinds of stuff to keep it interesting. Last but not least, shoulder day. I do avoid barbell shoulder press. I was trying it for a couple weeks, and I really think it was messing up my shoulder. It's just awkward. You're really stuck in one plane of movement, and it can be awkward. So instead I do dumbbell press. So with dumbbells, you can go in your natural range of motion. It's pretty nice. So shoulders are really important to hit all heads of the delt, or you're going to get a major shoulder impingement. With all you guys with shoulder injuries, you know how unfortunate this can be. So you want to make sure you hit the front delts, your medial, and your rear delts. So I'll do, like I said, dumbbell press. I'll do front raises with either a plate in my hand or a barbell or dumbbells, either way. Lateral raises for the medial head. Bent over rear delt raises for your rear delt. I'll do upright rows. Once again, that's something you need to have healthy shoulders for. I'll do shrugs for my traps, and that's usually about it. Sometimes I'll do Arnold press. So Arnold press, instead of doing a typical dumbbell press, you curl and bring the dumbbells here and then bring them back up. So that's supposed to really hit your front delts as well as your medial delts. And of course, I work in calves and abs a couple times a week on top of that, but there's only so much you can do for calves, Press your calves, seated or standing, however feels good to you. So that's what I do. I'll list them in the description. I know I went through them fast. I didn't want this video to be super long, but I hope that helps. Those are the exercises that I do. I do like high volume workouts, as you can see. It works for me, I promise, guys. I don't know if I can recommend that for everyone. Everyone's different. But I do, as you can see, I like high volume. And as another thing, I do all of these exercises, typically 3 sets, sometimes 4 if I'm really feeling it, for anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. Once again, depends on how I'm feeling. There are some days where I'll change up the rep schemes, where I'll go high reps. Like the other day, I decided to do strength for my legs, so I did 5x5 on both squats and stiff leg deadlifts. Change it up. Really though, keep it exciting. And like I said in another video, keep a workout notebook. I have an entire archive here of different exercises. So whenever something gets old, I can look back to weeks ago and see different exercises that I was doing to reincorporate them to keep things nice and fresh. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll catch you next time.